guys, what is going on? We're doing a full tour today. This is actually the third part of a tour. I've already done 2 other tours with this wonderful couple behind me. We actually watched the progression of this build happen. Is it like 99% done or 100% done?
It's never done, but I'd say about 90,
all right.
98.
They have been traveling in it. We're gonna get all the info on it, all DIY with some assistance.
DIY assist.
We're gonna get all the deets on this going right now. I can't believe I just said deets, but whatever. Here we go. So I am mic'd up. I have Matt mic'd up. Amanda, you're not mic'd up. You don't want to talk much in this. No, you can talk.
I'll talk.
Okay. Let's walk through this. We usually start at, I'm standing in the back right now.
Yeah.
But before we even get into the interior, just tell me the make, model, year, everything on the outside, and then we're gonna go to the outside later because you've done a lot of aftermarket work to the outside.
It's a 2013 Mercedes Sprinter. So she's definitely showing her age at this point. A van we bought used for like 28 grand.
How many miles are on it when you bought it?
140,000 on the body. We did have to get the motor replaced because of just an issue with an accident from the previous owner. The turbo and pedestal stripped the threads and the aluminum housing of the V6 turbo diesel.
So what did that cost you?
A lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
a lot.
No, but it kind of blew up our nest egg, so it delayed our work harder and cover it and move on.
We'll get to the outside, we're gonna talk about this, but you did a lift on this, you did leaf springs, you did the whole 9 yards on this thing. You got a massive, even deck up top, which we'll get to. What do you do for work? What do you do? Either one of you work?
Yeah. So right now we're kind of dividing and conquering. I was able to set up a 1099 consultant agreement with my work, mechanical engineering in the semiconductor industry, designing weird stuff for making sure computer chips get made properly.
And I'm a full-time van wife.
I'm a full-time van wife, if people didn't hear her.
Is that a first?
I've never heard that one before, but that's pretty legit. Well, I'd want to be a van husband, you know, why not?
It's harder than you'd think. I've always worked my whole life, and so it's really hard to not have income. And I do all the routing and cleaning and cooking and kind of planning everything out. You know, it sounds great to not have a job and just be traveling and living the life, but it's also like, you know, it's hard to feel not independent.
We have this one with us.
Ziggy! We built this whole thing, spent 3 years building it for her.
And what breed is she?
Bernese Mountain Dog. She's a Bernese Mountain Dog. She's a female, she's 6 years old. And
she's big.
She's between 110 and 105 usually.
And Matt, you said this was a 170 Sprinter.
It's a 170. It's not the extended.
So the 2 of you plus a human-sized dog. Let's call it what it is. I mean,
it's tight.
She's a big dog.
We're not gonna BS this. It's tight. It's hard. You know, clean every day. You know, we have a little vacuum, constantly cycling air in and out. We'll get into that, but. Yeah.
I don't think it's the space because she sleeps right in between us. I'm sure a lot of people don't let or allow their dogs to sleep between them, but she has since day one. And our bed goes across the whole way. Right.
Yeah. So the width of the bed is about 69 inches. We actually placed the bed as kind of as low as we could while still having a comfortable like memory foam situation here, and that gives us a lot of the maximum width. I know people do like the flare spaces or whatever, which is great, but you're up high and the walls of the van like taper as you go up. Us 3 to kind of sleep comfortably. Yeah. We kept the bed low. We used the full width at the max, and then we have about 76 inches of length. Like I sleep here, so I could kind of extend into the swivel seat. Amanda takes here and Ziggy's in the middle, and it's great. We have the projector, the air heating comes out here, but the floor heating is really legit because it just saturates the entire interior of the van, and it's just so comfy. Like getting out of the shower and just stepping on hot heated floors is. Before we get into all the mechanicals and everything, I do want to touch on that a lot. How long have you been on the road for? Like you built this for what? Almost 2 years. Yeah, we
on the road about 5 months.
Yeah,
5 months full time.
But we've been living out of it for the past like year. We finished up some things at Amanda's dad's.
And you had a house, yeah. You had a house, or you were renting?
We stopped renting over a year ago.
Oh, okay.
So we've already been, leveraging this house, of course, living in it and seeing family and friends, but also, making money while
Sure.
not spending $3,000 on rent in San Diego.
And for people that didn't see the other two videos, you were based in San Diego.
Yeah.
And now we're actually filming this in Boston, so this is legit 3,000 miles cross country.
Yeah, we've done 10,000 miles in about 4.5, 5 months. So we've been on the go a lot, but we've been enjoying it. You know, it took a while to build.
And for people that don't know, we're filming this in December, and the door is open behind me.
Freezing outside.
It is very frigid. So you've got this projector screen that has a fake fire, everybody, don't worry.
I had to do it.
Amanda and Ziggy went outside, so Matt and I can finish off the tour on the inside at least. Ziggy is a 130-pound, you know, lovable dog, so we just wanted to make sure that we were able to show everybody the tour. You have a intricate design here at the front here. This was all your design, all of your doing.
Yeah.
I take it. So kind of go over this whole, you know, it looks like you have a futon bed style.
It's a weird layout. I think maybe this is like 1 out of every 10. Everyone always puts the bed in the back,
Yep.
you know, on a sort of platform, so you have a little garage, and I love that. The layout of this van is based off of the Weston Savannah's old van Bella.
For those who don't know who Weston Savannah are, that's the owner of Tiny Watt Solar. You're actually wearing their hat.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
giving them a little promotion there.
And they need it. Their stuff is absolutely amazing. We have their power system, all of their solar products, and we use them every single day.
So going back to the bed, you gave the dimensions earlier, but give them one more time.
Yeah, so it's 68, 69 inches wide and 76 inches long, although it's kind of staggered from left to right. There's a little bit more length here because, like I said, we use this sort of swivel to like extend. I'm not that tall, I'm 5'11", but it's nice to have this, put pillows, and you could just chill. And then it goes a little bit further in over there.
Yep,
That's
and I
where
can
Amanda
see
sits.
that right there a little bit.
Yeah, but so I started with the bed design. Like that was the first thing I did on the build. Sleep is super important, so I really wanted to, you know, figure out a comfortable sleeping situation for us three. This whole assembly down here is like a pull out on just like this sort of slat system. These flip up. So this will be out here, and so this edge right here will be almost to the edge here once it's pulled out. And one thing that we did was there's 3 more of these. These are just sort of legs that we use. Magnet, boom. Nothing crazy. Yeah.
And then that just entire thing slides out like like a futon style.
Yep.
You got this projector. This is obviously your TV, your in-bed television, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And there it is right there. What projector is that, do you know?
It's a Kodak Luma, like the 300 series. This has keystone correction, which is good. It'll like correct the screen. It's such a creature comfort, like being able to have like a 40-inch screen in a small space. We use this little Bose speaker.
Yeah.
I just ran like literally audio cable from the projector, and it works great. It's like a little theater in here, to be honest. Did a little custom 3D printing for the bracket to hold it and whatnot. We do have this guy. This is Amanda's laptop, so if we don't want to set up the projector, we'll watch some TV or something on there.
Oh, look
Hi.
who's back. Look who's back.
This is our thermostat. So we have our heating, our cooling on this. This is a VanLife Tech product. Thank you, Troy.
Yeah, talk to me about that. I've had one in my van. I'm putting one in my tiny house.
Yeah.
Do you have an outside temp on that?
Yeah, let's see. Outdoors at 40.
40 degrees right now.
Floor is at, we're at heated to 69. Floor is at 62. So that, the thermocouple feedback signal for the whole like hydronic heating system that Troy designed is like right underneath the bed. I have to be honest, it's been like 7-8 degrees out, like well below freezing. We're in here and we're stripping down naked because it's too hot. It's a good problem.
I don't need to know about your personal life, but entire piping system in here in the floor. It's the VanLife Tech heated floor system.
Yeah.
It's one of the most, if not the most robust heating system I've ever seen inside of a van.
I've seen people do electric floor heating, which is great. And resistive heating is very efficient, but so is running, you know, hot water and glycol through the floors. It runs off of like your main, you know, gas tank or diesel tank. It just makes so much sense to tap into that very small 0.16 gallons per hour at max. Full 0.16 gallons per hour
gallons per hour, and that's at full tilt.
That's at full tilt.
Talk to me about the lighting. You did a really cool ceiling design, probably the coolest ceiling design I've ever seen. in a van.
Yeah.
And I say that because where'd you get it from?
So this design is from some guy named Jarrod.
Yeah, that's me, everybody.
Yeah, Jarrod, you did a great job. Like, I could not help. Right the minute you put that video out, I was, this son of a bitch, I'm totally taking that.
I put the video out for people like yourself to take it.
Yeah.
To want it, to see it and run with it. And I'm really glad that you kind of changed it up a little bit.
These are analog LEDs, so I could, you know, those are just on a little dimmer switch here.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Could, you know, kind of see that.
Oh,
this is
wow.
really nice lighting for at night. When we're trying to party, they're definitely on. These are digitally controlled LEDs, so these are analog. These have not only 12 volts, but also a digital line from a little controller. Digitally controlled lighting, you could do.
You just whipped out your phone, so you're about to change your lighting on your phone.
So you
which
could,
you did.
Yeah, you could do like normal, you know, color changes, just like what you could buy off Amazon. You could get kind of creative with timing and when to turn everything on and off from a really legit app. Pretty funky stuff. That one's weird. More of like an art project, not so much we need to have it, right? It's just fun.
I always say that I tour the person, not the van, and their personality comes out. This is a extremely, and I don't want to say it like this, but over-engineered.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that? And that's what you do for a living.
No lie, I went to YouTube University to learn how to do a whole bunch of stuff, whether it's the plumbing side of things, electrical. Yeah, you're right. This is a passion project. Also, you know, our home.
I'm really glad that you used my ceiling design. I'm going to keep on saying my ceiling design because I don't care.
No, you deserve it.
You have the VanLife Tech system, which is obviously one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You have Tiny Watt Solar, which we're going to get into in a minute. And what is your air conditioning? Because you need to, obviously, this is your, like you said, this is your full-time home. You're about to head south. Obviously, want an air conditioner, I'm assuming, for this 130-pound beast over here.
We're super mindful of cooling in the summer. She does get hot. She has 2 coats. It just makes sense to have an AC unit if you could get away with it. And so we have a Cruise and Comfort. It's a 12 volt, so I think it's like the 8,000 BTU. And it's all controlled through the same touchscreen thermostat that Troy uses for the heating system.
Yeah.
There's also, you control your AC with it, and you could control it wireless, through a Wi-Fi network. We have 2 different Wi-Fi sources. We have a Verizon Jetpack, but we also have Starlink if we're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it pays for itself. Like I could do, you know, work anywhere. Like we drove this van onto the beach in Oregon, and I took a work conference call, and then we jumped in the Pacific Ocean.
Jeez.
And with the van on the beach, it was like, all right, what is this?
And for people that were wondering where Amanda has gone, more than likely spending time with Glacier.
Yeah.
Going back to the tour, you've got obviously all your electrical setup. What is this guy up here? I wanted to ask you that earlier.
Yeah, this is actually a really great product from Amazon. It's a little pricey, it's like $100, but it's a CO2 meter and a humidity sensor and a temperature sensor. So at night we'll see this, you know, go up to about 1,200, 1,300 parts per million.
Okay.
714 is you know, pretty whatever. We got the door open, and so one of the things we really want to do is an airflow where we're breathing at night. The 2 fans behind you push air this way, and we have an exhaust fan back here.
For your shower?
For the shower, for cooking, but we use it also as like an air circulator means to get the spent air out.
Okay.
And fresh air comes in right down here. So I custom designed this 3D printed filter housing with just like a motorcycle radiator cooling fan that I hooked up to a PWM controller.
Yeah.
So we could regulate the airflow just by changing the modulation of the voltage to the fans.
And like I said, guys, this is an extreme engineering craziness. Before we get to the back half of the van and the outside, I want to ask you, and I'm going to call you out right now, I'm sorry. How often do you have it in bench mode?
Yeah.
And then bed mode? 10,000
miles in 4 months has meant that it is mainly in bed mode because Ziggy, we like to have her be able to be on like you know, the bed and not just this sort of narrow section of the couch. Typically, I'd say like 80% of the time have it in bed mode where it's out. But the couch mode is great. Like that's like the captain's quarters or whatever. You could do so much work here. We could be cooking, just watching TV and hanging out.
The biggest questions on YouTube are typically where you sleep, obviously, where you eat, which is kind of obvious. We're going to get to shower and bathroom in a second because I know they're here.
Yeah.
Where's your refrigerator? Because I don't see one.
Yeah. It's right here. It's on.
It is this big mamma jamma right here.
Yeah, 500-pound rated drawer slides, freezer, land. This thing is packed. It's a CFX 75, I think.
Yeah, it's a 75. It's a Dometic, yep.
Yeah, it's a good fridge.
As you open that, keep that open actually,
Okay.
because I'm going to put the camera down in here. And yeah, I see the installation, whatever. But I'm actually more intrigued by where your head is blocking me now.
Oh, okay.
What that is. So
Yeah.
my question to you is, that's 80/20.
It's 80/20.
But
Yeah.
I need to ask you, 80/20.
Yeah.
Would you use it again? And why did you use it in the first place?
I would use it again, and I used it initially because it's so easy to use. It's like ridiculously easy to use, and I'm not like super proficient with like wood. The strength to weight ratio of it is just insane. Like it's just so strong. Like
So all of your cabinetry is made out of 80/20?
Yep.
Including uppers?
yeah.
Okay.
You could see it actually.
Yep, there it is.
Right here.
Is that inch?
This is 1 inch. The main structural framing for down below is 1.5 inches.
Okay.
And then my brother John from Datlin Luthieri, he's an incredible woodworker, did all the woodworking in here, and he definitely had some comments about the 80/20, both good and bad.
Yeah.
Just some things I would do differently. I wish I had more time with John to plan out how do you attach the plywood to the 80/20 in a really good manner.
I see your countertops
Yep.
is really interesting because it's just 3/4 inch Baltic.
Yeah, this is a 3/4 inch Baltic with a maple veneer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we actually went with bamboo cabinets initially. I don't know what happened, but like there was delamination, so we actually had to redo them. We were going to do some bamboo. It's a much more sustainable material. All of this is Baltic birch. We tried to use 1/2 inch where we could, but a lot of 3/4 inch.
So this is heavy.
We're right at the GCWR. Yeah.
Really? Which is, do you know?
It's like 8,700 pounds.
Wow.
We go on cat scales. We're tracking, our weight. The one thing that we'll see is we did a lot to suspension, the brakes and just the weight distribution. Like if you could see here, we have like 56 gallons of water, including this 16-gallon auxiliary tank, but it's overhung from the axle. So there's valving in here to allow us to use this water first to get the weight back over the axle where most of the water tanks are.
Wow.
56 gallons is a lot of weight.
Well, it's 8 pounds per gallon.
8 pounds per gallon. So we got like 400 pounds of water at that full load almost.
That's your fresh. What's your gray? Do you have a gray?
Yeah, we have 17 gallons.
Okay.
And the gray tanks are heated and insulated.
So they're outside?
They're outside, mounted underneath. And
What'd you use to heat them?
Just 12-volt heater trace cable. So this is another little control panel. These turn on the external tank heaters.
I also like this design, by the way, because you have a cabinet open and then you have drawers that pull out.
Right, and these are just like super simple boxes.
Not even like, you're not even on things, okay.
This is awesome. The air fryer.
The air fryer, yeah.
Got it. I know everyone always says, "Oh my God, air fryer changed my life," yada yada, but it really does. It makes cooking.
It really does change my life. Can we see your electrical? Is that even possible to see?
It's under the bed.
Okay. You're gonna have to send me.
I'll send you photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's under the bed, so.
That's right. I forgot it was there.
Yeah.
So talk to me about like the power consumption and etc.
5.1 kilowatt hour system, which
From
is
Tiny Watts.
From Tiny Watt Solar. Yep. What up? It's a lithium iron phosphate, so super stable. 5,000 watt inverter, 80 amp charge controller. It's all Victron based. ReLion
batteries.
Yeah. I wish we had a 10 kilowatt hour system. If you're living full time, I would highly recommend looking at the Tiny Watt Solar 10 product. Their 10 kilowatt hour system.
Is it a 12 volt or a 24 volt system?
Their products, you could do both, but it is a nominal 24 volt, and you could of course step that down to 12 through distribution panel.
Yeah, so everything in here is, I probably run 12 anyways.
Everything in here is 12. When I'm driving, I have the mobile app going where I could see the power in from 1,000 watts of solar. I could see the power in from the secondary alternator we installed on the van, and so I could, real time as I'm driving, just looking at the energy flow into the lithium batteries, which is, I think,
sweet,
really cool.
All right, so you went with a split, and then across from the split is actually your bathroom.
Yeah.
So a split counter is what I meant.
Yeah. I'll show some of this stuff real quick. Just like garbage, We went all with like Blum hardware, soft close. This is kind of some plumbing stuff for the hydronic heating and the shower system.
A lot of moving parts in there.
Lot going on there. We have a 7-stage UV sterilizing water system, so this is really nice for drinking water. This is sort of closet land, so Amanda's got her drawers and whatnot here. All my clothes are up here, like socks, underwear, and then pants, shirts. We have towels up in that one.
One of the pride and joys of this van is what we're actually haven't even talked about yet,
Yeah.
which is not even outside, guys.
Yeah.
Which is the bathroom, which is your shower,
Yeah, here.
toilet. I want to talk about this right here, not the toilet. Well, I do want to talk about the toilet, but this.
Toilet
So, toilet is what?
It's a Lavio dry flush. It's like a diaper genie for adults, to be honest. It just uses a Mylar bag to twist the waste into like this little pouch, and then it goes to a lower chamber. I love how we're going to talk about the shower system, and we had to talk about the toilet. It's a weird thing.
You have to, because the toilet's in the shower.
Yeah.
So obviously you remove it for shower.
We put it in the hallway. You know, it's really not heavy to move at all. Like you could just throw it in the hallway. This whole area turns into like shower land. This is Troy's Gen 6 UV sterilizing recirculating shower.
Gen 6?
Gen 6.
He went through 6 of these already?
Yeah.
And they're not available to the public yet?
Nope. I think we're the first people to have this. Troy literally flew his airplane from Bend, Oregon to Bozeman, Montana with all of these parts and stuff, and we installed it at a shop in Bozeman.
I'm actually going to switch sides with you, Matt, because
Okay.
I'm going to actually, I think it'll show better. All right, so now I'm outside, but Matt, that is it's the recirc shower.
It's a UV sterilizing recirculating shower system from VanLife Tech. It's a pre-production unit, like real world testing. Troy, the mad scientist, engineer from VanLife Tech, who also designed the floor heating, the hydronic heating system, has this product as well that is hopefully going to be coming out in maybe Q2 of next year.
It's also not
really
cheap.
crazy. It's not cheap, but you're living in a van and not spending money on rent or a mortgage. It's like, you know, it's an investment in.
You also need a custom shower pan, everybody. It comes with it?
So yeah, the shower pan, there's actually quite a bit going on in the shower pan as well as this enclosure. Can't really talk too much about, you know, how it works, but I will say that like both of us took a shower before we came over here.
Do you use the recirc every day?
Yeah, we do.
So the recirc, I also want to convey this to people, that is plumbed into his other system back there, so it all works together.
It all works together. So there's a liquid to liquid heat exchanger in there that receives the hot water heated by the diesel furnace as part of the hydronic floor heating system.
Anybody that has a VanLife Tech Roman Holiday or Siesta can actually get a recirc.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the beauty.
That's the game. That's a game changer.
Exactly. Like you have those hot PEX tubing ready to send to shower land.
Yeah.
The shower is definitely worth it. It's a game changer.
The shower is, so this is coming from somebody, she said,
yeah.
She's not mic'd up, so she said the shower is definitely worth it.
Especially in the wintertime when it's not, you know, summer and you can just jump into a river or whatnot. The shower in the winter indoors is key. Definitely say get a shower.
A lot of people say don't get showers. You guys are like, let's get showers.
Like Amanda said, in the summer, like, yeah, you could take a Navy shower. This obviously would not be ready for recirculating, but you could do the Navy shower thing. But if you're living in this year round, there's enough Planet Fitnesses, but we thought it was worth the investment and we did it.
Of course.
Love it.
Yeah, man, come on out so we can kind of talk about the beast of the outside of this thing.
Yeah.
What is the name of your van again?
We're still kind of thinking about it.
Okay.
We're thinking CASH, like CASH.
Cash?
That stands for California Affordable Starter Home.
Cash would be funny because you'd spend a lot of money on this thing.
Yeah, but like we're spending $40,000 a year on utilities and rent in San Diego.
For sure.
You live in this for a couple years. So one of the things we want to do is we probably will never sell it, but if we do ever buy a static home, this could be like an ADU or an office space.
Sure.
If you don't buy a huge house with a room for an office.
Talk to me about the outside. We're gonna work from the top down, and
Okay.
I'm not getting up there, but you have a way to get up there.
Yeah, so we have a ladder on the other side. Take a telescoping ladder out right here to access our roof storage box. So
It's crazy.
This is all Tiny Watt Solar products. We have their carbon fiber roof box up front, which has a 500 watt solar panel integrated into the roof. And then we have their solar roof deck, which is another 500 watt panel that we integrated into the lid of this custom storage box that we built up there.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you use that one for storage.
Yep.
And you don't use that one for storage.
We use that for storage for like towels and small things.
Yeah, but what do you use that for?
That is our penthouse suite. A mattress up there with a heated blanket, LED lighting, custom designed these like enclosure pieces.
It's like your pop-up tent.
It's like a pop top.
With 500 watt solar on top
Exactly.
of it. What do you got for lifts in this thing? Because this thing is a beast.
Yeah, it's got like a 6.5 inch lift. We have custom Deaver springs, custom rear leaf springs from Deaver out of Santa Ana. 10 leaf pack with a military wrap. This is a 2500, so it's got the semi-floating rear axle. I wish it had the full floating rear axle that the 3500s have.
What are these things?
These are air taps. These are little vortex generators. So the air like combines here, and there's these little vortices that shoot off the back of the van. And
What does that do?
It helps reduce pressure drag, like the low pressure bubble that exists in the back of the van.
Okay.
If that bubble gets disturbed by a semi, you're passing a semi or whatever, it really rocks the back. Well, these help that low pressure bubble from not really forming as well.
Does it actually work?
From a fuel economy perspective, it's basically in the noise, but from a driving perspective, yes, I have noticed.
Okay.
We're 10 feet 6 inches tall, so we have a lot of lot of surface area. So this thing is like big.
Yeah, it is. This is a big mamma jamma we're talking here, guys. But as you can see, we talked about this before, there is no sag. You get a lot of weight in there. You said you're right at the gross vehicle weight rating.
Yep.
And there is 0 sag on that.
Yep.
So that's impressive.
The custom leaf springs, that they address that for sure. KO2s, BF Goodrich, they're absolutely just awesome. We took this through blizzard conditions in
Have you hit
Wyoming.
anything? Have you hit?
No.
No. Before we end the video, I just want to ask you what the heck this is, because it looks like a camera.
Yeah. So there's 4 cameras all around the rig. It's kind of a big beast and neat to see.
So those help with blind spots, or can they also run when the rig is off?
Yeah.
So you can also act as security, I guess?
Yeah, so it auto loop records. So if anything happens, you could kind of go back.
What brand is that?
No idea.
Cool. Amazon?
It's an Amazon.
Yep.
It was a little pricey, it's like $300, but
For 4 of them?
yeah,
Nice. That's not bad though.
not bad. We have bigger brakes, so this is really important with a like loaded up rig. Make sure you have good brakes. This thing drives great for how big it is. Wind is definitely tough. We got to slow it down.
I can't thank you enough for kind of bringing this by and showing it off.
Yeah.
And I know you have a long way to drive today, so I'm gonna let you
is
drive.
cold.
Oh, is that Amanda poking that out? Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
So it's on a remote, so.
Follow us on this.
Yeah, I put it up there for you.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's your last name, right?
Yeah, Datlin.
Datlin.
You know, I give people like you a lot of credit.
Thank you.
For all the work that you've done to kind of just highlight this community. I went to YouTube University. There's so many great content creators out there. I'm indebted to them, and I thank all of them. You guys know who you are. Tiny Watt Solar, check them out.
Tiny Watt
Amazing.
Solar, VanLife Tech, Cruise and Comfort,
Yeah.
all the good people.
Yep.
You used everybody I suggest.
That's right.
You did.
They-
I appreciate it.
They take the time to, develop and provide amazing products for this. Rethink housing.
All right, guys. Thank you, dude, so much. And check them out. Give them a follow and enjoy your travels, man.
Thank you.
Can't wait to
Thanks,
see you
Jarrod.
again.